Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh to Professor Madia, Dr. Masita binti Ahmad. Today we would like to present about the information system in Nestle organization. And this is the logo of Nestle organization. Before we start, I would like to introduce our group members, which is Mohammad Aizat bin Hashim, myself Nazatul Afiqa binti Razali, Norasyikin binti Khairul Nizam, Nur Athirah binti Rudaini, Nur Farahin binti Abu Hanifah, and Nurin Faqhira binti Muhammad Hanif. The Nestle company begins in 1866 with the establishment of the Anglo-Swiss Condensed Milk Company, and its founder was Henry Nestle. In 1905, Nestle and Anglo-Swiss has more than 20 factories and start using overseas subsidiaries to establish a sales network which cover Africa, Asia, Latin America, and Australia. Nestle company presents in over 100 countries. Nestle started in Malaysia in 1912 as the Anglo-Swiss Condensed Milk Company in Penang, and later as it grows, the expansion moved to Kuala Lumpur as needed in 1939. Today, Nestle Malaysia has opened and operates 6 factories and employed more than 5,000 workers nationwide, producing more than 500 halal certificate products. Mission, vision and goals of Nestle companies. Nestle mission of good food, good life is to provide consumer with the best tasting, most nutritious choice in a wide range of foods and beverage categories and eating occasion, from morning to night. While the vision is to be a leading, competitive, nutrient, health and wellness company, delivering improved shareholder value by being a preferred corporate citizen, preferred employer, and preferred supplier selling preferred products. Among the goals of Nestle companies is to achieve compatibility with international voluntary standards on environmental management system, and to build mutual trust with consumer, governmental authorities, and business partners. The organizational structure chart for Nestle organization. Next is departments of Nestle organization. In Nestle organization, they has 8 departments, and each department has their own responsible. To begin with, financial departments is to make financial reports and analysis in the company. Human resource departments is to recruiting and training new employees in the primary responsibilities of the human resource team. Next is information technology department. It's responsible by creating and maintaining the Nestle company's website. Research and development departments is to conduct research for new products released by Nestle companies. For sales department, they help in retain existing customer at Nestle companies. Next is supply chain and procurement departments is responsible in help Nestle companies maximize profit by balancing cost reduction, supplier quality, supply assurance, and increasingly opening up supplier innovation. While production departments is responsible in set the batch of raw materials and types of machinery and equipment. Last but not least, corporate affairs department. This department is responsible in implement the database analysis management and method use. For sales department, they help in retain existing customer at Nestle companies. Next is supply chain and procurement departments is responsible in help Nestle companies maximize profit by balancing cost reduction, supplier quality, supply assurance, and increasingly opening up supplier innovation. While production departments is responsible in set the batch of raw materials and types of machinery and equipment. Last but not least, corporate affairs department. This department is responsible in implement the database analysis management and method use.
My name is Nur Farahin binti Abu Hanifah. So I will continue with the data we use in Nestle. Nestle continuous evaluation is heavily influenced by the digital world. This covers all aspects of their business and helps create new platforms for growth, increase agility and generate efficiencies. A digital and data smart business, Nestle thrives in the digital and data age. So, we have 4 types of data we use in Nestle. For the first one is scaling growth in e-commerce. The e-commerce sales will amount for 12.8% of total revenues in 2020, up 48.4%. This significant growth reflects their ability to quickly respond to fast-changing customer demand and is based on a deep understanding of e-commerce categories, geographies, brands and consumer value proposition, business for consumers, close working ties with all online shops, and ensuring that Nestle market has the flexibility to modify centrally produced digital technology and practice toolkits to their specific needs. For the second one is leveraging analytics. Nestle has been reshaping our marketing and trading operations for the digital world in collaboration with the world's best innovators. They take advantage of their size to create value and develop new capabilities which are backed up by sophisticated data models and algorithms. For the third one is digitalizing the operations. To improve responsiveness across the Nestle network of activities, they deploy flexible and scalable digital solutions. These years of work have made it possible to better utilize technologies like artificial intelligence, predictive analytics, and collaborative robotics to enhance factory automation and end-of-line customization. And the last one is raising the digital expertise of the people. Nestle believes that technology should empower its employees. To ensure that staff get the most out of Nestle digital transformation, they step up efforts to improve their efficiency and make them digitally wiser.
Hello and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurin Faqhira binti Muhammad Hanif. So we will move to the next part, which is list of information system used in Nestle organization. There are 6 information system in Nestle, which are: first, transaction processing system. Secondly is global information system, which is GIS. GIS contains information about the location and characteristic of real-world features. It connects business into countries. A global information system combines hardware, software, and data to capture, manage, analyze, and display all types of geographically referenced data. Nestle's global information system provides a single, integrated, and standardized system to all of Nestle's business around the world. The systems provide a critical competitive advantage to critical, highly complex business functions ranging from logistics to manufacturing, human resources, finance, marketing, and sales. For the transaction processing system, which is TPS in Nestle, it is to enable the company to produce documents and reports on time. It also can help the company save money and gain a competitive advantage. This also enhances the company's ability to sell products and also services to customers. When customers buy a product, transaction data is generated. Another list of information system in Nestle is enterprise system. The use of an enterprising system for manufacturing is beneficial for the overall achievement of a company's mission and vision. It is because it will connect a series of networks around the world that are monitored by a single source. The company's primary focus is to monitor its products as they pass through the system on a global scale and also dependent on the demand for such product because the company's products are mostly healthy foods and there are a lot of difference in what types of food Nestle wants to focus on enterprising. Nestle's application of enterprise system has never been more profitable over the years. Their products are constantly demanded by buyers as they are a basic necessity in every household in the country. And they now have a vast network of branches all over the world. Secondly is Global Information System, which is GIS. GIS contains information about the location and characteristic of real-world features. It connects business into countries. A global information system combines hardware, software, and data to capture, manage, analyze, and display all types of geographically referenced data. Nestle's global information system provides a single, integrated, and standardized system to all of Nestle's business around the world. The systems provide a critical competitive advantage to critical, highly complex business functions ranging from logistics to manufacturing, human resources, finance, marketing, and sales. So another list of information system in Nestle is also inter-organizational system. It is important in business information because it will allow us to learn more about our market and also other organizations. Nestle can broaden their abilities or skills by collaborating with other organizations to gain more knowledge and experience in the field or subject matter. Another list of information system in Nestle is enterprise system. The use of an enterprising system for manufacturing is beneficial for the overall achievement of a company's mission and vision. It is because it will connect a series of networks around the world that are monitored by a single source. The company's primary focus is to monitor its products as they pass through the system on a global scale and also dependent on the demand for such product because the company's products are mostly healthy foods and there are a lot of difference in what types of food Nestle wants to focus on enterprising. Nestle's application of enterprise system has never been more profitable over the years. Their products are constantly demanded by buyers as they are a basic necessity in every household in the country. And they now have a vast network of branches all over the world. Furthermore, the list of information system in Nestle is also supply chain management. It is to ensure the quality of products that reach customers and consumers. To accomplish this, they work with the commercial teams to develop demand forecasts as well as with their global suppliers to ensure responsibly sourced materials. They balance inventory levels in accordance with operations to ensure that their products are adequately supplied. Once produced, the supply chain is responsible for safely storing and transporting their products in order to meet the needs of their customers and also consumers in full and on time. Nestle is a well-aligned, agile, and adaptable organization dedicated to delivering results not only within the supply chain, but also in support of overall business priorities. So last but not least is Nestle Environmental Management System. It is a vital organizational management tool that consolidates all of the group's organizational and technical measures to achieve environmentally sound business practices. Preserving natural resources and reducing waste now has become part of their employees' day-to-day business. It is also an important part of their strategy for achieving global competitiveness.
Okay, now I will continue with the next slide, which is types of IS information system. For the first one is Office Automation System, OAS. An office automation system is a network of various tools, technologies, and people needed to perform clerical and managerial tasks. For example, there are special functions performed by the OAS, including printing documents, sending letters, mailing, maintaining company calendars, and generating reports. Historically, Nestle automation strategy has relied on process control to achieve its goals. Next, Knowledge Management System, KSM. Knowledge Management System collect and organize data to assist users in improving their knowledge and maximizing collaborative efforts to complete tasks. As a result, Nestle has implemented KSM using cutting-edge technologies such as Enterprise Resource Planning (ERP), supply chain management, and so on. Nestle actually employs 5 SAP modules, which is purchasing, finance, sales and distribution, account debt, and account receivable. receivable. For the third one is Management Information System (MES). A diversity of transaction data from TPS is used by the Management Information System to assist middle management in optimizing planning and coordination. In order to minimize problems and increase efficiency, Nestle has implemented a number of information systems including ERP, Manufacturing Executive System (MES), Product Life Cycle Management (PLM), and Supply Chain Management also. For the fourth types is Decision Support System (DSS). In order to make management decisions, Decision Support System process data in order to provide information to manager and other stakeholders. So, management can take the appropriate correct decision. The system stores and gathers all the necessary information. A number of the best decision support systems have developed by Nestle to ensure that the products released are always of the highest quality, the way we operate, the way they allocate capital, the way they improve capital efficiency, and the way they create share value. For the last type is Executive Support System (ESS). Particularly in comparison to the DSS, the Executive Support System is used primarily by leaders and executive owners to optimize decision making and decision processing. As a result, leaders are better able to make decisions that boost the prospective and productivity of their companies. While these DSS do not have the same telecommunication and computing capabilities, Executive Support System do. To display data on tax regulation, new startup internal compliance issues, and other executive information, the ESS incorporates graphic software. An internal performance tracking system allows leaders to keep tabs on the competition and identifying growth opportunities.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Mohammad Aizat. I will continue for the next slide. For selected information management, our group select Nestle Environmental Management System or NEMS. The Nestle Environmental Management System or NEMS is a critical corporate management tool that consolidates all group organizational and technological initiatives to achieve environmentally responsible business practice. The NEMS is deployed across the Nestle organization. For the next slide is a functional of NEMS. NEMS consolidate all organization and technical measures taken by the group to achieve environmentally sound business practice. It also increase environmental awareness and act as a strong base for the environment efficient to be continuous improved. They have a 4 objective of NEMS. First is to provide a systematic method for ensuring compliance with Nestle environmental policies, relevant law and Nestle operating standard. Second is to guarantee that Nestle environmental performance is continually improved, for example via resource conservation and waste minimization. Third is to ensure compliance with a voluntary international standard for environmental management system such as ISO 14001 and the European Union Eco Management and Audit Scheme. Fourth is to foster mutual trust among customer, government official and business associate. The Nestle Environmental Management System governs Nestle whole business. The next slide is a functional of NEMS. They have a 5 component of NEMS, which is environment policies, planning, implementation and operation, checking and management review. First is environment policies. Environment policies can be defined as any action taken by a government, business or other public or private entity to address the impact of human activity on the environment. In Nestle, they are using a Nestle environmental policies. This policy was released in 1991 to outline global environmental strategy and long-standing commitment to ecological sound business practice. In 1999, it have a new update to the Nestle policies on the environment and reflect its objective as it enter the new era. These policies have been implemented at all levels of Nestle organization. Second is planning. Planning can be referred as an organization that begin identifying the environmental impact of its activities. All Nestle organizations must follow ISO 14001. Third, implementation and operation. According to Britannica, implementation and operation can be referred to an organization implement the action plan by allocating the required resource to guarantee compliance with an organization environmental policies, goal and target. The NEMS must consider resource responsible documentation and operation management to operate successfully. 4. Checking. Checking can be referred as an organization analyze its activity to see whether or not objectives are being fulfilled. Otherwise, the business take a remedial action. Monitoring and the evaluation project result in order to determine compliance and identify instance of non-conformity. Corrective and preventive measures should be taken as necessary. Conduct internal audit and maintain record control. 5. Management review. Top management examine the assessment finding to determine the effectiveness of the NEMS. First, management assess whether the organization entail environmental policies is compatible with its principle. The strategy is then updated to maximize the NEMS efficient. The review stage establish a company continual improvement cycle. Finally, evaluate area for improvement and the need to change the management system, policies or goal.
My name is Nur Athirah and I will continue with the next slide, which is information system activities. There are 4 information system activities. First, energy and air emission management. Second, water management. Third, integrated solid waste management. And fourth, resource reduction in packaging. So, we go to the first information system activities, which is energy and air emission management. It is to become ever more essential for Nestle operation. Next, reduce its energy consumption through energy efficiency programs. And next, Nestle environmental effect has been further minimizing by switching to cleaner fuels. For number 2 is water management. It is Nestle's main priority, albeit with a more local impact, are no less important for Nestle programs. To minimize the environmental impact of their operations, optimizing the wastewater treatment plant, and lastly, reducing the water pressure at the point of consumption. For information system activities number 3 is integrated solid water management. It is using the integrated waste management IWM approach, manufacturing output and source reduction and prioritize followed by recovery and recycling. Next, ensure that their action and their dedication to not polluting the earth are maintained. And lastly, for number 4 is sources reduction in packaging. It displays an important role in Nestle productions. Next, it helps protect food products from spoilage and provided safety through storing, distribution, and consumption for production. Next, committed to limiting the environmental effect of packaging. And lastly, to create safe and healthful packaged food using the most efficient and suitable packaging material available.
So, we go for the hardware and software configuration.
In Nestle, they use 2 hardware and software, which is Ecodex and Opal. What is Ecodex and Opal? Okay, first, Ecodex. Ecodex was created by their own life cycle assessment expert in partnership with an information technology company called Celeron. The tool uses information specific to the food and beverage industry to provide rapid and accurate data that allows our product development teams to assess sustainability performance across multiple product lines. Ecodex, also known with eco-design tools that include all packaging and ingredients that can be applied to all product types. It is to allow the life cycle evaluation process faster, more effective and accessible to any product production project. For analyze environmental factors, water, greenhouse gas emissions, non-renewable energies, and minerals. Go to the OPAL, which is the Open Fuzzy Abstraction Layer, is an open source real-time fuzzy engine API similar to PAL. It is currently supported only by ODE but can be extended to run off the other engines. Opal is free software released under both the LGPL and the BSD license. It is to help to lower the number of space unused of an palette. Assess the recommended palette layouts and helps in the difficult task to finding an ideal layout, especially when there are multiple products involved. The number of palettes used were decreased. It is reducing the number of vehicle journeys, improving the use of warehouse and other logistic facilities. As we know, everything in this world has their advantages and their disadvantages. Same goes with system. So we go to the next slide, which is information system problems. It has 5 problems stated there. So first, more investment in new technology is necessary. Second, not so good at forecasting product demand, resulting in a large proportion of lost changes than its competitors. Third, recognizing the importance of maintaining quality throughout the organization global supply chain in the procedure discovered. Fourth, keeping up with the change. So, if one thing is forgotten in information technology, it that nothing will remain the same for so long. From one year to the next, innovation means that software needs to be upgraded and even replaced. In order to remain competitive, business have to keep up with this, investing in software that will give them an edge. And lastly, problem number 5 is lack of strategy. Many of the most common MIS issues can be traced back to a lack of a solid strategy. Information system leaders are well aware of the many tools available to gather data on their network, but putting that information to use is often the challenge. At one time, technology departments serve as a separate operation, providing technology support and keeping an organization server equipment running. And today, MIS leadership often sits alongside other business leaders, working together to ensure that the technology being used support that overall mission of the company moving forward. That's all from me. Thank you, and I will give to the next slide to my friends.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Norasyikin. I will continue the presentation with the performance of information system NEMS, which is Nestle Environmental Management System. First, we're gonna talk about the strength and the weakness. The first strength of NEMS is it represents the concept of environmental conservation and understanding in the employment. Second, it's also offered the instruction on how to increase the business sustainable development. Third, it set the guidelines on assessing and minimizing a company's legal and regulatory risks. And last one, it gives support on identifying a company's important environmental issues. Next, the weakness of NEMS. The first one is lack of comprehensive protecting the environment guideline. Second, it doesn't help the company long-term viability. Third, the resource efficiency ideas are not completely integrated. And lastly, it is not providing detailed instruction on how to develop and implement ecological consequence into business plan. The opportunities and threats of NEMS. The first opportunities is it helps to improve the company communication about environmental. Secondly, it also helps to promote the environment-friendly development. Third, it encourages the use of environmentally friendly technology. And lastly, Nestle can become the business model for a green environment economy. The threats of NEMS is the actual demand for the company and earnings are actually shrinking. Next, it doesn't take into account the company's performance. And the staff education are necessary for the NEMS implementation. And the last one is the rules and policies, they are very restricting when using NEMS. Next, generate and evaluate alternative. Nestle must grasp the roles and duties in order for the NEMS to be successful. The management needs to ensure that the environmental policies is identified. It is a statement that demonstrates the company's environmental dedication. The policy should serve as a foundation for establishing environmental goals and targets. In the strategy, it should be recreated. It must include a commitment to improving the firm's environmental protection on a continuous basis. The policy should include a legal document that demonstrates the pledge. It must be relevant to the company's product and services. It is to highlight the ecology elements of the goods and services supplied. Management must evaluate the evaluation from all angles. The policy should also be concise and easy to comprehend, as well as meet the objective requirements. One is the recommendation and action plans for NEMS. Firstly, Nestle must understand why they choose to utilize NEMS in the first place and what their goals and objectives were. The management have to learn all of the strengths and weaknesses of the NEMS that could have a positive or negative influence. They must determine if the system's restrictions will have an influence on economic or natural environments. They also need to form an operational team to take care of the system in a systematic manner by trustworthy individuals. Accounting, technology, personnel management, computerization, and output must all be represented on the team. This will allow the organization to recognize and evaluate difficulties, possibilities, and current concepts. The team must constantly discuss the system in place so that all of the procedures included are realistic, successful, and worth the company's investment. Now, we have come to the conclusion. Nestle has a multi-information management system that aids in the more methodical and efficient handling of company information. Although the system and technologies chosen have their own benefits in terms of management, there are still some flaws that may have an impact on the company's investment and overall performance. However, the company can solve these flaws by analyzing the system in greater depth. Nestle company had shown their capability in the industry by giving the best services and products to consumers in a long time. The information system that they choose have been a great help for them to achieve the great development and have inspired many more brands in the industry. The company just needs to sustain or increase the development in the information system in order to always become the choice of consumers worldwide and improve their reputation in the industry.